Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, there lived a young man known for his sharp mind and strong determination. Despite his great potential, he struggled with anger and frustration. The smallest inconveniences would unsettle him, causing him to lash out at those around him, his friends, family, and fellow villagers. His temper often created rifts, and although he longed for peace, he felt trapped by his emotions. One day, tired of his constant irritation, the young man decided to seek the wisdom of a renowned monk who lived deep in the nearby forest. The monk was known for his ability to help others find inner peace and self-control. Desperate for a solution, the young man set out on a journey to meet him. Upon arriving at the monk's humble dwelling, the young man bowed respectfully and said, "O wise monk, I am troubled by my inability to control my anger. It seems to govern my life, and I seek your guidance." The monk smiled warmly and gestured for the young man to sit. "Let me tell you a story," the monk began. In a prosperous kingdom long ago, there was a wise king who was invited to a feast in a neighboring realm. During the banquet, he noticed a fly in his soup. In a fit of disgust, he demanded a new bowl. The king of the neighboring kingdom, witnessing this outburst, said, "Your Majesty, it is not the fly that ruins your meal, but your reaction to it." The wise king reflected on this lesson and learned the power of restraint. He returned to his kingdom and practiced the art of not reacting to situations that provoked his anger. Over time, he became a ruler of great composure and wisdom, making better decisions for his people. As the monk finished his story, the young man felt a flicker of hope. "But, wise monk," he asked, "how can I learn to control my emotions as that king did?" The monk replied, "Control comes through practice and awareness. Let me share another tale, one about a young man." The monk continued, "This young man was passionate, much like you. He often reacted impulsively, allowing anger to lead him to say hurtful things. One day, realizing the harm his reactions caused, he decided to change. He began to practice mindfulness and meditation, allowing himself to pause and reflect before responding to challenging situations. At first, it was difficult, but over time, he learned to control his emotions. His relationships blossomed, and people admired him for his calm demeanor. When his friends sought advice, the young man listened with compassion, providing support without losing his composure. The young man nodded, inspired by the story. "So, it's not just about what happens to us, but how we choose to respond." "Yes," the monk affirmed. "It is essential to acknowledge our emotions but not be ruled by them. Letting go of immediate reactions allows us to respond thoughtfully." The young man took the monk's advice to heart. He returned home determined to change. He began paying closer attention to his thoughts and feelings, practicing mindfulness and learning to pause before reacting. Over time, he found himself less affected by small frustrations, and his anger no longer controlled him. His friends and family noticed the change, and as his relationships grew stronger, so did his sense of inner peace. One day, a heated argument erupted between two villagers. In the past, the young man would have quickly involved himself, letting his temper flare. But this time, he took a deep breath and calmly approached the situation. "Let's talk," he said gently. "What's really bothering you?" The villagers, surprised by his calm demeanor, paused to listen. With patience and understanding, the young man helped them find common ground and resolve their disagreement. His kindness and wisdom left an impression, and soon word spread throughout the village about his transformation. For the first time, the young man felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had not only mastered his emotions but had also brought peace to others. Inspired by his personal growth, the young man sought out the monk once more. He invited him to the village to share his teachings on mindfulness and emotional control. Together, they organized gatherings where people learned how to manage their emotions and embrace patience, compassion, and self-awareness. As the village flourished, the young man became known not only for his wisdom but for the peace he helped cultivate among his people. With the monk by his side, he traveled to nearby villages, spreading the message that everyone has the power to control their emotions. He taught that by responding with calmness and reason, rather than reacting impulsively, we can transform our lives and those of others. Through the wisdom of the monk and the young man's journey, the village learned a profound truth: true happiness and peace come from within. Reflecting on this story, we can see the challenges we all face in our lives. Strong emotions like anger, frustration, and disappointment can easily overwhelm us, leading us to react impulsively. But just like the young man, we have the power to change our responses. Life is full of situations beyond our control, but how we choose to react is entirely within our grasp. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can cultivate a sense of calm, even in the face of adversity. We can pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully rather than react rashly. This practice not only fosters personal growth but also strengthens our relationships with others, allowing us to connect with compassion and understanding. As we navigate our daily lives, let us remember the lessons of the young man. By mastering our emotions and embracing patience and restraint, we can transform our experiences and create a ripple effect of positivity in our communities. True strength does not come from controlling external circumstances, but from cultivating inner peace and resilience. Ultimately, happiness and fulfillment come from within. By choosing how we respond to life's challenges, we can pave the way for a harmonious and enriching existence, both for ourselves and those around us. Through self-discovery and growth, we unlock the profound truth that we are the architects of our emotional landscape, and in doing so, we lead lives filled with joy, serenity, and purpose.